Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is a COVID-19 vaccine information Q&A for Charlestown, Rhode Island. My name is Ben Barber, and this is Deb Burton from RI Elder Info. Hi, Deb.
Hi, Ben. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. And today we have Deb Carney, the Charlestown Town Council president, who is going to answer some questions about the COVID vaccine information and how to get and sign up for your shots. Hi, Deb.
Hi, Ben. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing good. I want to
Thank you
Excellent.
start
for
out.
coming.
Oh, thank you, Deb. I appreciate it. But before we get started, I just want to thank both Deb Burton from Rhode Island Elder Info and Ben Barber from D&B Media for volunteering their time and their services to get this done, to get the information out. So thank you to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Deb, do you want to lead the Q&A?
So, Deb, there's a lot of seniors out there who are really concerned, as are their family members, about how do they register for the COVID-19 vaccine? Where do they go? What do they do? Who do they call? What is it that Charlestown is doing for the residents of Charlestown? How do they go about registering for the vaccine?
Right. So Charlestown is currently working off of our voter list. We're starting with people, the oldest person in town who is 102, and we're working our way down to age 75. Not everyone is a registered voter, and not everyone has current information available with regards to their phone number. So we're asking people to either call the town at 401 218 1968 from 9 to 4, Monday to Friday. And I see Ben has the information scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Or we're asking people to send an email, and that email address is cemahotline@charlestownri.org. And I see that one's also at the bottom of the screen. So thank you for doing that. And when people send in an email or call, we're asking that they provide their name, their local address, their age, and the best phone number that they can be contacted back at. And if someone has a caregiver that they would prefer we call with the information, we'd also like, that number as well. But we're asking people to call and just provide those four pieces of information for us. The problem with the voter list is not everyone's phone number is on there and or current. So this way it helps. We've got volunteers that have been searching for the current phone numbers. And as I said, some people are not registered voters. So this way it ensures that you get at least in line in order to get your vaccination.
So when they're calling, are they actually scheduling an appointment to get a vaccine, or are they getting on a waiting list for the vaccine?
So what they're actually doing is, again, pretty much just providing their information. We're not actually scheduling everyone at this time. As we all know, information is changing so rapidly from what's coming from the state. Initially, when the state had extra doses, we'll say, that they offered up to the towns, Charlestown only received 38 doses. So we were only able to vaccinate 38 people with the first round. Subsequent to that, we were notified we would be receiving an additional 60 doses per week for approximately 4 weeks. That also changed. So now we're scheduled to receive 70 doses. And our first 70 doses, right now, we're supposed to administer on February 21st. We have another 70 doses planned for February 24th, the next 70 doses for March 7th, and then the final for March 10th. We have not scheduled people in all of those spots as of yet. Again, what we've done is we've started with the oldest and we're working our way down. So as of now, we have people scheduled for February 21st, and we're working our way through February 24th. We don't want to go out too far in case something changes and then, have to call people back. So right now, when you call and give your information, you're just getting on a list. I don't even want to call it a waiting list, again, because things change so quickly. And once we have a spot available for you, then we will contact you and actually register you for your dose. We will give you a date, a time, and a location for where to go to receive your vaccine. And as of right now, Charlestown is participating, and we foresee this continuing in this way. We're part of the MEDS pod. It's a regional MEDS pod, and that stands for Medical Emergency Distribution System with the point of dispensing. We're part of a regional pod. It seems to be working pretty well for us. And so when you receive your time, we'll call you, say, okay, you're scheduled for this date and this time, and this is where you are to go. So people will be given all the information.
That's great. So just for safety for our older adults, how will they know that it's the city calling, and what would there would be no charge for the
Correct.
vaccine, correct?
Correct.
How would
There's
they
no
know
charge.
that it's the proper person calling from the town to schedule them, that it's not some scam artist?
Your social security number or any personal information. This is free, so none of that information will be required. So if
Oh,
anybody ever asks you for the social security number, do not give it out. Do not give out any, personal information. So, yeah, it will be somebody from the town. How to ensure that? If they ask for personal information, that would be a red flag that it's probably not someone legit.
that's good to know. So if somebody's calling and saying, oh, Mrs. Smith, I'm with the town, what's your name, date of birth, social security number,
Right.
Medicare, then just
Yeah.
click, hang
Right.
up.
All
That's
they
not legitimate.
Right. All they should say is, Mrs. So and so, this is the town calling. We have your appointment scheduled for this date, this time. This is where you have to go. There's ample parking provided. The town has wheelchairs available, or, the pod, I should say, has wheelchairs available if needed. But nobody will ever ask you, for any of that particular information. And if they do, that is a red flag, and do not give out any information, especially
Awesome.
your social security number.
That's awesome. And so they get their appointment, and when they have their appointment, I know a lot of times, we don't want to be late. Should people show up a little early, on time? How is that scheduled?
We're asking people to show up at the allotted time. If you want to give yourselves an extra 5 minutes or so, for parking and getting to the door, but they run the pod very efficiently, and they have people scheduled, so many minutes apart. And if there's too many people or people that show up too early, then it kind of messes up the line. So it's best that you arrive at your scheduled time, when asked to do. But give yourself a little extra time for parking and to make it to the front door. But it's not a far walk. Like I said, there's ample parking. If a wheelchair is needed, those are available. So it's best to show up at the time that you're asked to show up. And when they call to schedule you, they will let you know how early to be there, and you can ask the scheduler any questions that you might have.
Okay. And if you have an appointment, there's no chance that you're going to run out of vaccine. So people don't have to be worried about that.
That is correct.
Okay. And when they arrive, what information should they bring with them?
Have them bring a license so they can identify who they are,
Okay.
or an ID card if they don't have a valid driver's license.
Okay. And you've got wheelchairs there, so if somebody needs some assistance with mobility, that kind of thing, you've got that available.
Correct.
And then there's parking?
There is ample parking. It has not been an issue so far, so we should be good. And again, if everybody arrives at their scheduled time, there's plenty of parking for everybody that is scheduled.
Okay. And just in case, because we are in New England and today it's going to be 50, but it could be 4 and storming tomorrow, what happens if your vaccine appointment is scheduled and the weather prevents that from taking place? How will you notify people?
Right. So in the event of severe inclement weather and your vaccination clinic is postponed, you will be rescheduled. So you will receive a phone call from the town saying, due to inclement weather, we have postponed the vaccines. This is your new date and this is your new time. And it's also, I want to point out too, that when the first dose is scheduled, we have enough doses for the second dose. So you will also be given a second dose appointment at the same time. And when you go for your vaccine, you'll be given your first dose of the vaccine, you'll be given a reminder card for when to return for your second dose.
Okay. If people have trouble getting there, is there any transportation provided, or would people be able to use the standard MTM transportation?
As of right now, we do not have anything in place for providing information. Transportation.
Mhm.
However, if that's a concern when the scheduler calls, to let you know, then that's something that can be discussed with them and perhaps
Okay.
something can be arranged. But as of right now, we do not have anything in place to provide for that.
Okay. And then we've seen in other states, not really so much here, but just in case, if I'm say bringing my auntie to her vaccine appointment, can I maybe sneak in and get a vaccine too?
As of right now, no. The way we have it worked, we have, as I said, in Charlestown, we have 70 doses. So we have those reserved for 70 seniors over the age of 75. And everyone is given a time and a spot. So we are not providing for caregivers or the person that's driving you there to get a vaccine as well. It's only for the person who is registered.
Good. So if there's anybody out there who's saying, "Oh, I'll pay you to let me take you to get your vaccine appointment if I can get one too," skip
Nope.
those scam artists.
Right. Skip the scam artists. We're concentrating on the seniors over 75.
That's awesome. And so if you just wanted to share again, how do people get onto the list for the town to be aware?
So to make sure you're on the list, as I said it earlier, we're working off the voter list, but to make sure that you are on that list, I would either recommend sending an email to CEMA hotline at charlestownri.org, provide your name, your local address, your age, and the best phone number to contact you at. Or if you have a caregiver that's helping you out, the best phone number to contact them at. Or you can call our hotline, which is 401 218 1968. And that's Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Or if you get the recording, you can leave a message and somebody will call you back. One other thing I would just like to point out, I know the state is currently has a link on their website for people to sign up either through CVS or Walgreens or one of the other providers that may become available, because as we know, everything changes quickly. I would say sign up for anywhere you can, and whoever calls you first, go and get your first dose through there. But all we ask is that if you do go somewhere else to get your first dose, that you contact Charlestown and let us know that you've already received your first dose and you'll be getting your second dose somewhere else. So that way we can take you off our list and bump up the next person in line to provide more opportunity. So if you are able to get a dose somewhere else, just let us know and we can take you off our list.
I think that's really important. I mean, I know that you have roughly 900 people who are in need of that vaccine,
Right.
and we are all in this together.
Right.
So we got to work together. So if you were able to get your vaccine someplace else, it's just really important on a human level to let your city or town know to take you off the list so somebody else can get it.
Right. And it's been frustrating for everyone. I mean, as people are desperately trying to get on. So we understand people are frustrated. We're frustrated too, with this whole process, but it's our goal to try and get a vaccine in every arm of people that want it. And we know that's the goal, of everyone at this point. If you want a vaccine, we want you to get one. So, we just ask for continued patience. It's difficult and it's frustrating, and we're all in that same boat. So we're trying.
Well, thank you, Deb. And it's pretty simple. It's pretty streamlined. If you need an appointment and you are not on the voters list, or you just want to check that, call 401-218-1968 Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Email CEMA hotline at charlestownri.org, or just go to www.charlestownri.org. The last option is probably the worst of the options: email or call. It couldn't be more simple. And obviously all of those tips for how to make sure that it is the town calling you back. This is a very safe, very secure way to do that. So we thank you very much, Deb.
Well, I thank you both. And once again, thank you to Deb Burton from Rhode Island Elder Info, which is a 501c3, and Ben Barber from DMB Media for providing us this opportunity to get the information out. So thank you to both of you.
Thank you. And when things change, send us an email and we'll do this again.
Excellent. Thank you. So stay safe, everyone, and be well.
Thank you.
Thank you.